Terran player starts to the top left of the map. Former OGS and MTW player is now starting for Team Azubu. It is
Azubu Supernova.
Supernova, 22 years old. He's up against the Zerg player for Team MVP, the final boss, starting at the bottom right.
MVP Donglegu.
Donglegu, very well-known player in Korea and overseas.
Every single time I hear his nickname, I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, same here. I just want to have some good pasta.
Yeah, me too.
I'm feeling ravioli, in fact, at this moment in time.
You know, thinking about it, I didn't have ravioli in years, actually.
It's been a long time for me too. It's hard to find in Korea. There are some places, but I haven't tried it yet. In Korea.
Should tell my dad to send me some canned ravioli. It's not as good as the fresh one, of course, but still.
Chef Boyardee, you know, it can, you know, once every few years you can eat a can and just don't tell anybody about it. You know, I know nobody admits to eating Chef Boyardee, but I know all of you guys out there, about once every 2 years, you just sneak a can, you don't tell anybody about it, you put it in your shopping cart and you're like,
do you know Rock am Ring?
No, I don't know that.
It's a huge rock festival that we have in Germany, and it's actually like very well known all over Europe. And if you're there, then you are camping there for a couple of days, and it's a massive festival. And one of the best things that you can eat there is actually canned ravioli. So you should always go there prepared, and therefore I have to disagree with you a little bit. It just depends on what the occasion is, I feel.
I guess that's true. In different occasions call for different meals.
Yeah. Because the good thing about them is you can also eat them cold. You don't have to warm them up.
I'm so glad you agree with me on that, because nobody I knew would every time I would ever have to do that if I didn't have heat. Because I'm on a camping trip, couldn't get the stove to work, or the wood got wet and I couldn't start a fire, and I'm like, you know what, it's fine.
It's always fine, man. That stuff tastes really good.
It's quite good. I'm glad we're on the same page here. But I would never tell anybody about it if I ate it once every 2 years or so.
What's also really good is, of course, the matchup that we have at our hands. Terran versus Zerg. The Zerg player starting here with a hatch first player on a map. A guy Killon. We have him with a double queen now. And this always works out so perfectly well for a Zerg. If you start with your hatch play, hatch first, and then go into the pool, your hatch and the pool will finish at roughly the same time, so that you can start with the double queen right away. To the top left, we have, of course, our Terran player for Team Azubu so far. No gas, well, 100 gas mine for him. Is now just starting with his factory, but has his expansion already up at the ramp.
Going to be going for a bit of a more aggressive follow-up to the command center first. Nobody is really going to barracks after CC anymore. Everyone's going right into that factory because it's so much harder to play that style without the Hellions anymore, because you need to get over there and you need to deny that creep fast, because the new queens are stronger than before. They have better range.
The reason why I love this map so much is that we see so many different timings, and this matchup is one where both sides have a lot of 2-base timings, a lot of 3-base timings. For Zerg, it's usually either a Roach Baneling build, you have normal Roach attacks, you have Roach timing on 3 bases with +1/+1. There's a Zergling timing with 1/1 that Scarlet used against MVP. And for a Terran player, there are so many different things. Drop with Widow Mines, drop with Hellbats, a Hellbat Marine aggression that you can execute, Hellbat and Marauder. There are so many timings in this matchup. It's just so exciting to watch.
Yeah, I agree. This matchup is, you know, I feel like for the Terran, it feels like this map is played like Entombed Valley for Protoss versus Zerg in the past, and for a Zerg player, it feels like you're playing on Icarus or something, and you've just got to do some early aggression, because the longer the game goes on this map, it gets a little bit difficult for the Zerg, depending on how the game goes. You know, once the medevacs come out, and once you lose your mutas, if you go into that mutalist composition, then medevacs are boosted all over the place. There's so much dead space for them to hide.
What we have now is the third command center coming up for Supernova, and this is a style that most Terran players will execute these days. The Roach Warren goes down at 640, and we have the second gas already taken. The third base goes up too, at 40 harvesters right now. Overlord sees everything here, so gets the information that he wants. We have 4 queens. Could still aim. If you see a double evolution chamber coming up really soon with the +1/+1 upgrade, I feel we are going to see a bit of a timing, but it doesn't really look like it. Lair tech didn't go up just yet, and you always want to have that if you hit the 3-base timing with speed. So it looks a little bit like we are not going to see all this time.
What we will see, though, is pretty quick Hellbats coming out from Supernova.
Well, I actually take that back. we are going to see a very aggressive build right now, and there are the roaches already. We have a lot of minerals banked up, and also the gas, and he has the supply. So we will see that with roaches and speedlings, 9 are being built, and there's the baneling nest. He plays it a little bit different than he would usually do it, but this is going to hit hard.
Yeah, this is going to be a timing that kind of throws Supernova off. But if he sees it with these Hellions right now, that would be huge for him. Goes in here, Hellbat's not ready yet, but goes for a regular Hellion drop. He sees the roaches, and they're actually going to shut this down pretty hard.
The roaches have no problem against this. The Zergling's already in there. The last Hellion is gone, and now Dongragu is moving out. Supernova knows exactly what's coming. He needs to react. Additional bunkers, Widow Mines, bam. Needs a few Marauders, and he's getting them as we speak. But this is gonna do some damage. The question is only how much.
Yeah. And Supernova virtually doing no damage with his drop, not even saving any of his Hellions. His medevac is out here to spot. He's got a few Widow Mines, but it's going to be pretty easy for roaches to tank that.
Exactly. The roaches can tank it, or you can just run up with a few of the Zerglings. So this is scary, and this is exactly why we see now all those SCVs pulled. But keep in mind, even if you only take down SCVs, that will give you a lead in economy.
Gotta be careful with how he targets here. Does he go for the bunker? Does he go for the depot? Looks like he's gonna go for the bunker.
Bunker is down. We still have 2 more left, and all those Widow Mines, they can get a few shots off. A nice hit against those roaches. Good job so far by Supernova.
Supernova crushes it. He's got the perfect position here. The choke point really, really working in his favor, and DRG actually not getting a whole lot done with this. In fact, he's only killed 6 Harvesters in total this game.
But he's going into the main base right now, and behind this we have DRG completely droning up. Another Hellion is safe though, and I have to give it to Supernova. That was an excellent defense. That was so well done.
Yeah, one of the best defenses we've seen in the past few days.
Keep in mind though that this was not like a GG timing. This was nothing where DRG said, okay, I am going to go all in with this build. It was not the Roach Baneling all in that we've seen so many times in Wings of Liberty and also in Heart of the Swarm. It was an aggressive timing, but it was still one way he has a chance to fall back into a macro game. Yeah. That's what we see now.
This is the difference between a timing attack and an all-in, and this one was a timing attack. Yeah. We have a 4 Widow Mine drop. This is pretty rare to see. He's going to actually drop them in so many different locations. Good hit there, gets a few lings, and it's not dead yet. Then he goes over here.
Supernova is definitely ahead in this game, but there is the chance for DRG to recover. So far, he does a decent job against those Widow Mines, but the dropship is still on its way.
And Hellbats are coming here too! Hellbat plus Widow Mine equals death!
Supernova is just telling DRG, listen buddy, now it's my turn, and this is gonna hurt.
Yeah, it's already starting to hurt. He's cleaning up these Zerglings really, really well. Overseer is ready, but he's got to focus on so many different things here. He's struggling. You know, if he targets down the Hellbats, he can't kill the Widow Mine.
The pain train is coming, Wolf, and it's doing a lot of damage.
Oh, this is actually so bad. He loses so many more Harvesters at the third. Here we go! 2 more dead. He's up 30 supply now, and the Hellbats are still alive.
The Queen is already gone. DRG might have been able to recover after his failed attack, but only if Supernova gives him the time to do so. And the Terran player is not doing this.
He's not giving him any time here. He continues the Hellbat drops, getting more and more kills here, and the Widow Mine's about to be active.
And
oh wow, even killing the larva there.
Takes down another one. Suddenly the harvest account 58 to 49 in favor of Supernova. He has the extra mules. He's going into mech now, adding the additional factories, going into Thors, adding even more Hellbats. This is looking awful for Dongragu.
That Viking has killed 6 Overlords already, and he also just killed one of the Overseers. He needs to target that with the Queen. He needs to target that. He is.
So many Zerglings just being toasted.
This is looking like Dongragu just cannot recover from this. He's lost so much, and the Viking is going to get now an 8th kill. 8-kill Viking.
That
Units lost, triple for DRG.
I don't even want to look at that statistic. I mean, we have him now at 75 supply against 110, and look at the bank that Supernova is able to accumulate. Supernova is looking at the game. He's like, what? Final boss? Maybe stage 1.
Yeah. He's like, boss of the tutorial, maybe. I mean, we saw that one more Viking shot would have killed that Overlord, and he would have gotten even another kill and double supply block DRG, who was supply blocked for a while, is supply blocked as I speak, with no Overlords in production.
Mutalisks? Really?
Yeah, I don't think he's realizing what he's up against here.
I don't think so either. He didn't have a scout at the top left for a long time now. He's supply blocked. There are missile turrets up. We have Thors in the game. Mutalisks will help him against the dropships, but I feel that he has to worry about the ground first.
Yeah, he will actually get these 2 Hellbats, it looks like. Both of them. Nope.
I mean, if he leaves it at 4, then yes, okay, but if he was trying to hit a timing here and do damage, that's not gonna work.
What did he just cancel just there? I didn't actually catch that. Anyway, it's not too significant at this point in time, but we're going to have another Hellbat boosted drop into the main base, and this is just going to continue to do damage. He's positioned it well against these Zerglings, and you know, it's just that because he had to keep all of his Overseers back at home because of all the Widow Mines, and he lost all of his Overlords because of the Vikings, he was never able to see that it's mech that he's dealing with. He never was able to scout that.
If a Zerg player is 60 supply behind at 15 minutes in the game, he knows something went terribly wrong. His creep spread is excellent, I have to give him that. But going into Mutalisks right now is not going to save him. Not with 2 Thors on the map with SCVs to repair them.
Widow Mines as well.
Additional Thors being built, the Widow Mines, the Vikings.
Yeah, even the Vikings. GG Supernova.